Hey guys, Tightrope here, bringing you a 2v2 today. We are on Elst Outskirts. Today spawning on the right. We have DeepDarkFantasy with US forces going for Airborne. Amita with Soviets. There's Guard Motor. Oh, Mechanized support and Partisan. And on the left, we've got a double OKW team. Falco Nero with OKW Elite Armored and Hotzenplotz Overwatch. In terms of rankings, Allies arranged team, last known rank 40-ish. And Axis randoms, last known rank for Falco 7 and Hotzenplotz 9. So a very high ranking matchup this one. So a double Pathfinder start. I believe Amita now going by the name Ruby. I think has been playing a bit of COH2.
We have more conscripts at our disposal.
Pretty high rank in that as well. Street is going to cycle themselves into the building. Only two windows on this side though, so it's not terribly strong. Do always have the option of trying to get around to this side of the building as well. Also quite limited in window access. Okay, big charge here from Hotzenplotz. Incendiary grenade flushing the conscripts out of cover. A little bit surprised he didn't continue the charge there, if I'm honest, but looks like Hotzenplotz is content to sit behind heavy cover. Thought he could have pressed his advantage. He kind of already pulled the trigger on the sternpipes closing in. Thought he would have continued with his momentum. Very early tech here from Hotzenplotz. Very, very early. Maybe aiming for those Jaeger lights. Still a way off that in terms of command points though. Don't think he'll quite get there even with the tech completing. And he gives less than this. Yeah, not quite. But getting involved in some combat down here. Throwing out another incendiary grenade though is going to be too low on munitions to go for any weapon upgrades. It's one command point now though. Causing the Jaeger immediately. And, you know, doing a pretty good job fighting against those three conscripts. Didn't see Amita go for a flamer combat engineer, you know, with the merge in, which is really what swings things in favor of the Soviet player in those kind of low squad count fights early on. And this is not good. Very late retreat there from DeepDarkFantasy. Let's say 2-2-1 from Falco. Not a bad option against the Pathfinders. And we can actually see this is going to be a very late captain tech. He's not gone for either officer yet. This is looking a bit grim. 4 Pathfinders though, into an ambulance. So this could actually work out very well for Falco. 2-2-1 though, still can take quite a lot of rifle fire damage. It's upgraded, and we can see Falco has not started the battle group tech yet, still has the tech truck on the field. And the sheer firepower of these Pathfinders overwhelming. 2-2-1 having trouble finding time to do damage. And it's just a mighty blob from the Allies pushing back onto their cutoff and through the center of the map. 2-2-1 hits Vet though, it's got the accuracy bonus now, helps it out a bit. He's cautious. He knows that, you know, with a good run of penetrations, those Pathfinders could knock it down quite quickly from that amount of health. Sandbags on the door. Can be hard to do those sandbags sometimes as a blocking tool. A bit harder than wire, I would say. And overall, pretty successful. Nearly vet 2 on the 2-2-1. Tech is up. Do require the extra stage mechanized upgrades to upgrade the 2-2-3 223. Gonna get some repairs going now. So double battle group for the double axis team, which, you know, I'm always a bit wary of. Missing out on their walking Stuka until much, much later in the game. Outskirts is a pretty strong map for the walking Stuka. Maybe not quite as good as like crossing in the woods, but still pretty good. Comes off one of those beacons. Come around the corner with the 221. It is upgrading. Got the ambulance over here providing some forward reinforcement just before. It's going to come into close range. Don't want to expose the rear armor though. Looks like the Pathfinders are fully focused on the infantry, and a conscript comes in with a Molotov to assist.
We are losing supplies to the enemy.
Bit of capping up in the north. Haven't seen too much combat for Hotzenplotz so far
Have an isolated sector.
after those initial skirmishes. And are now upgraded with the 223. Much better armor. Could afford to be a lot more aggressive against the Pathfinders, but maybe worried about a vehicle coming back the other way. Into your half-track could be on the field right about now.
Anti-tank gun, ready for action.
Pays not to overextend, and still is above half health, so would survive one AT gun shot, but not much more than that. And there he sees the captain now. AT gun rolling out, but not here yet. And now is within AT gun shot range. Extra health from the 223 upgrade would allow him to survive one shot from that health threshold. Doing a few maneuvers. We've got a guard motor squad, so it's going to be mechanized support, so pretty much full meta from the allies. Pretty similar from the Axis, honestly, as well. As far as double OKW strats go, but I think they were a random team, so that's how it goes. Incendiary grenade out, stern post charging in. Bit of negative cover here though against the guards. They have to get out of there. Shuriken's headquarters coming up from Hotzenplotz. Pretty standard positioning covering this cutoff.
Mobile command has been set. The static post is
Got
now in
the
operation.
next truck coming in from Falco as well. We also went for a Raketen. Didn't see exactly the timing on that, but always a good idea if you're going for the 221.
Supply half-track is in action. Standing
Need a bit
by
of
for
supporting
sending of
anti-tank
command
just in
post.
case. It does have the signal detection, which can give you a bit of early warning, help you get away from the enemy light vehicle, but sometimes that early warning's not enough, or you don't notice it, or they've already got such a large amount of momentum going, you can't really do anything about it. Dodge away in time. 50 cal into the building now, paradrop that in. It can do a decent chunk of damage to the 223. And Pathfinder blobs here, making life very difficult for Falco. Tries to draw them in so he can kind of get some superior cover positions. Firing here. And the Pathfinder carbines, I believe, don't have accuracy, but oof, bonuses against units in cover, unlike the Jaeger lights.
We've lost a squad of
So
infantry.
Falco losing that Fox Reindeer real fast. This is just so much firepower. You have to respect it. 6 squads in that tiny area. You know, squads are going to die very, very quickly, even if they're behind heavy cover. Gotta be careful. Infantry support gun now for Falco. I can maybe see it. Get 4 on the 223 now. Attack ground attempt. No luck.
Ready for action.
Way off target. Suppose RSG, you know, can get this MG out of the building perhaps. The Pathfinders are relatively static so far, kind of just firing while stationary. So I might be able to get some hits on those as well. Meanwhile, we've got double Jaeger lights into Obers now, so Hotzenplotz has some very powerful infantry. Seems like these flamethrowers are bugging out for some reason. Looks like the sandbag on the door is successful. Slightly late retreat there on the guards. Don't want to be running gunning with the Jaeger lights. If you're hoping for a G43 snipe, I believe they have like a 90% firing on the move accuracy penalty, something like that. It's really, really bad. So if you're relying on one of those Jaeger snipes knocking out a unit, probably want to be stationary. Good merge into the flamers. And they're going to kill off the sandbags with the guards and their PTRS. Big Pathfinder flank through the middle. Early retreat though from Hotzenplotz gets out of there real fast. So far I don't think we've heard any bars on these Pathfinders. There's loads of munitions for it. The T-gun a little bit far off here. It's coming up. And the ISG starting to chip away at the unit inside the building.
We just lost a unit.
Oh boy. Captain died over here. Just late. Oh, no retreat really from DeepDarkFantasy. Didn't notice it.
Half-track has been assigned to
There
our
with the
forces.
sweepers. Sees a mine. Got a shoe mine up there as well. No sweeper for Amita. Only one combat engineer. And going into a quad. Very strange. Feels like it's been a pretty much bang even split between the two teams in terms of fuel control to this point. Is this going to be a reinforcement half-track? Using it to transport the conscripts out to the front lines. Looks like these guys hitting a mine and end up causing the retreat. Obers and Jaeger lights should be able to shred these guards pretty hard. They go into the firing positions mode though. And he's wired off this cover. But it kind of feels like he's wired it off,
Enemy hands.
you know, like denying himself. You know, those are reinforced wire. Looks like there's a bit of a backfire on the wiring by Hotzenplotz. Let's have a booby trap up there, which I do like a lot against Soviet squads. The high model counts does a tremendous amount of health damage. Especially if you have a bit of follow-up nearby. Can often result in squad wipes. I'm not upgrading this with the quad yet. Maybe was lacking munitions. Gonna try to use it for some reinforcing and healing actually. Jumping the guards inside. Do have a raket in there, but looks like it's blocked. Connects with one shot though, good attack ground. I believe it was. Well, bit of smoke into the center. We've got double AT guns here now, and there goes the 221.
Just got a report of an infantry unit being wiped out.
Pathfinder's dead though as well. I believe it does get a health bonus of vet 3, is it? So it can survive 2 AT gun shots. Maybe it's higher up in the vet range, I can't remember exactly, but yeah, it looks like it had taken some small arms damage, so it wouldn't survive 2 AT gun shots. And surprise, surprise, we got a Scott out. Does have the Scott barrage recharge bulletin, so pretty much expected. Panzer IV out though from Hotzenplotz, so pretty good timing before 15 minutes. I think it'll be Panzer IV, that's very respectable. Falco not too far behind. Did of course invest into the 223, which, you know, getting Vet 5 definitely got some good results with it. Amita meanwhile quite far behind. Does have tech up now, but still way off the T-34-85 or anything close to that. As for probing, there are double AT guns and they are quick to set up, start firing. And the suppression eventually forcing Falco to retreat back there. Maybe they can start splitting these AT guns up a bit more. Amita has one and paradropped in. Looks like it's an M1 paradrop. Bit of coordination here. Oh, this could be nasty. And right on the edge of that booby trap. Oh man, I can't believe it didn't trigger. It looks like that guards model is inside. I'm actually quite surprised by that. That could have been money. Oh, Panzer IV a little bit isolated. Or finds the Scot a little bit isolated, I mean to say. But Scott's a little bit too fast backing away, and tank guns denying the chase. Don't really want to be trading a Panzer IV for a Scot, so I think that was the right choice to back away there. Conscript's trying to harass the fuel, but here come the Jaeger lights, bringing the Raketen up to kill off the sandbags as well, if they were completed. Panzer IV's heading up this way. So is the M1. I think he heard it in the fog, and oh wow, we're getting a howitzer from Hotzenplotz. I suppose, you know, it's a decent idea if you can't go for the walking Stuka. Or you're reluctant to go for the walking Stuka, go for that extra tech structure. Still doesn't have SCGs on this final Fox screen there. There they go now. There goes the quad. Fails to suppress though. Gets him on the second burst and gets this one as well. P4 rolling up. Got the AT gun there, but this is not full strength. Oh, big move here from Falco. Kills off the AT gun. This one's at risk of going down as well. Oh, this could be devastating. There we go. Big hit from the P4. Decreased that one as well. Now I've got an Ober squad threatening the 50 cal. What's he doing? Did he just go AFK or something? This is so weird. Trying to get away now with the machine gun. That was a fast pack up and retreat. Both AT guns are dead. Ouch. Very bad news for DeepDarkFantasy. Outs is lining up. Looks like it's going to go for a base barrage into the US base. T-34 rolling up. It's just a 76 though for Amita. Oh, for a second I thought it was guard motor. No, it's mechanized support, so no 85's possible. Pretty similar commanders though. Nearly decruised this one as well. Before rolling up. Do have the Soviet AT gun there. He's got the heat shells. Debating, getting a couple good hits, and he's got time for one more heat shell shot. And he connects. There we go. Scott getting two shot by the Panzer IV with the heat shells. Great moves there by Falco. Panzer IV a little bit slow pushing forwards there. Might have been able to kill off the T-34 as well, but he's got to be happy with the results he's got so far. You can see quite a lot of those guard models are conscripts. Heavy amount emerging from Amita so far. Amita floating quite a lot of manpower. Probably needs to invest into a second anti-tank gun as well. Trying to go for forward ambo action, and machine gun might make that possible. Getting some decent suppression in here. Oh, there we go. Panzer IV a little bit greedy, comes forward. Gets away though. Decrease the anti-tank gun. These Obers ripping in here, and the machine gun shortly thereafter. I think the machine gun trying to shoot the unit behind heavy cover instead of trying to shoot at the Obers out in the open. Jumps out of the ambulance, jumps back in. Okay, not sure about that smoke grenade. Should be able to recover these quite quickly, and you know, recovering them with Pathfinders, they do have a bit of extra vision, so pretty handy. Panzer IV, meanwhile, coming in for the kill on the quad. Not getting it though. Second Panzer IV from Falco. Looking to really turn up the heat at this particular timing. And it's going to be a rebuild on the Scott from DeepDarkFantasy. Going to lean on those AAT guns. Not going to try stall for a Jackson. Shot connecting out of the 2. Drops the artillery down. No AP ammo there, so 1 out of 3 pins. Quite bad for DeepDarkFantasy. Jumped out of the ambo just in case the Panzer IV was going to make a dive on it looked like. Does have the rockets, so if the Panzer IV does get to like 1 shot, might try to drop the rockets and just get the kill. Looks like Falco's going to go for the final stage of tech as well. Bring out the mechanized truck. Great shot from that Panzer IV. AT gun decrewed. Double T-34's up there now though. Hotzenplotz could be in some trouble. Raketen is there. T-34 trying to get around, trying to jam. The pathfinding not successful. Panzer IV with a blitz. Quite fast getting away here. Booby trap go off somewhere. T-34. Ooh! Big kill on the Volksgrenadiers. They just have to get out of there as well. Pretty clumped up. Pushing in now, but here come the planes. Falco needs to get out of here. Or Raketen hanging on by a thread as well. Looks like the building's going to block most of the rockets. T-34 though coming through the center of the map. That goes down. Don't know what he was thinking. Risky stuff from Amita. The Howie pounding away. Still at 0 kills though. Just doesn't get the job done as well as they are walking Stuka. Imagine walking Stuka against this kind of formation. 0 kills. I think it was the second barrage. Maybe. Don't know if I missed one of them.
The enemy is reduced to 300 points.
I might have missed it, but so did the howitzer. Missed all the enemies. Alright. Guards do have Vet 3 and in firing positions mode, so they're doing pretty well here. Guys are lacking in fuel now. They have actually lost control at this point down the bottom. So that will make the stall for Amita, trying to maybe aim for the ISU-152 quite difficult. Still got quite a lot of VPs left though, 25 minutes in, still 300 on the clock. It's been quite a few stalling moments so far in this game. The central VP often being decaptured. Attack round the booby trap away, it looks like. Yep, there it goes. Good move there by Amita. Recapping down the bottom now with the Major. Oh, where's this quad going? Suicide mission. Well, it had to be a misclick for Amita, and that's a costly one because Sector Assault right around the corner, just 2 munitions away from it. Very bad news. Meanwhile, Combat Engineer's dead in the north as well. Oh boy. Amita preservation seems to have fallen off a bit. Making a couple big mistakes there back to back. Rebuilding the half track for the quad, which I think is probably a good idea. Especially now that the quad's dead. Might incentivize Hotzenplotz to drop the planes down. Do always have the option of going for Goliath though instead of these planes. So up against the quad. Ooh! Wow, I thought that Jaeger Light was home free, but I think a couple PTRSs connected on it during the retreat. That guard squad is 100% conscript. That one's also 100% conscript. I mean, at what point are they guards? Really? Who's there enforcing the quality control? That's what I want to know. Okay, King Tiger rolling up now. The conscript guards on the retreat. How are we blasting down here? Actually, finally got a kill. 3 models down. Triple cap against the Axis here for a while, evening up the VP count fast. Falco, meanwhile, quite a lot of resources. Might be saving for a Sturm Tiger. Could go for just about anything other than that. Maybe it's going to be a King Tiger as well. Good decrew on the AT gun. Oh, big hit from a T-34, but there we go, the Sturm Post. Oof. Couple hits there, drops down the Panzer Commander artillery. Good dodge by DeepDarkFantasy. Oh! Close call. Okay, KT and Panzer IV combining up here. One thing we haven't seen from Amita so far is a bunch of mines, and probably owing to the fact it's only been one combat engineer so far this game. Often hard to find time to repair your vehicles and get a bunch of mines down with just one of them. T-guns rolling up here. Looks like it's going to be attack ground to try clear off the shrubbery, open up the vision. It is Hotzenplotz with the KT, so no Panzer Commander. No super broken vision. There we go, huge damage onto the guards. Actually, I'm going to force them away. Treaties do manage to complete the capture. Do remember that the firing positions mode does give you some extra range.
Supply sector under attack.
But the Allies have really been turning up the VP pressure. Only now Falco really pushing back onto this side, and the double anti-tank guns there making it difficult for the Panzer IVs. So he's going to make a bit of a play, but just gets hammered immediately on the way in. Quick to back away. Does survive. It's the kind of thing you want to be barraging with the howitzer. He's going for a central VP move. Conscript dead to the King Tiger. Looks like it took engine damage as a result of that. Dropping down the planes. Will it be able to polish off this T-34? Might have disappeared into the fog. Actually targeting the quad. Quad returning fire. Still in the danger zone though, and the quad gets killed because of it. Just need to back away another 10 range or so there. Would have been fine. Okay, coming in here with the Panzer. And still the T-34 is in the danger zone. Plane's going to come in for another couple attack passes. Rakeden missed the shot on the T-34. Looks like only one anti-tank plane was left. Maybe 0 anti-tank planes. How'd the other one get shot down? Maybe it timed out, I'm not sure. Either way, Amita, I think getting off lightly, I feel like that was potential T-34 loss to the anti-tank planes. They came in for another pass there. Just needing to get back on these VPs. They have fallen quite far behind now. But they have been grinding larger and larger army sizes. Much better preservation. So, you know, 7-man conscripts emerge, definitely alleviating a lot of Amita's manpower issues. The double Scots getting the body counts 14 and 9 now. Got a Jackson out finally for DeepDarkFantasy as well, so it's going to make it a lot more difficult for Falco Nero, who does appear to be saving for the King Tiger, just about there. Sternfire. Trying to kill off the Zis. Looks like a direct shot on the weapon from the Panzer IV. Good rate of fire on the Panzer IV now. With all this vet. A few good hits, nearly knocking that out. Oh, the ambo goes down. Is that to the Howie fire? Kita meanwhile gets decrewed out the back here to the double Scots. Yeah, it looks like it was to the Howie. Kills now. Obers mopping up the Zis as well. Main gun crit on the T-34, but it looks like Hotzenplotz backing away, content with what's been achieved so far. Might have continued the pressure if he had enough for the planes, but deciding against it. Playing it cool. Tiger rolling up, and Amita going for the SU-85 as an answer. Bit of a shame Amita never really saved up for the ISU. I think kind of had to be at around the time, you know, after the first T-34, just had to maybe go for a second anti-tank gun then and then stall. Go for the second T-34. Felt like it didn't achieve too much. And just made the stall for the ISU seem impossible this match. KT coming in for a few shots. 39 kills on that Panzer IV. 15 on the King Tiger. DP now, so double LMG Obers. Good shot on the Zis. It's getting quite weak. Could get decrewed, but it looks like the Ober's shooting at the guards. We've got the Howie coming down in this area as well again. For blitzing away, but still went down. Wow, absolute max ranger. Didn't even pop the AP rounds or the take aim. But it's the counter strike in from the Panzer Commander artillery. Only decrewed though, but nothing's nearby to recover it. What was this Panzer IV up to? Trying to dive around SU-85. Oh, King Tiger only got AoE damage and then not a clean shot, so the SU-85 survived. If that was a clean hit, it would have died 100%. King Tiger going to stay in here, stay in the mix. King Tiger rolling up now. Really need to see some planes from DeepDarkFantasy. I'm surprised they haven't popped them down yet. Just getting mopped up by this Axis armor. Kills off the tank wreck. Plane's finally coming down now, but the damage has already been done. Look at all this. Forces back the vehicles. Catches the Obers standing next to it. At least these weapons are available for the recrew, but there are a couple more that got completely destroyed. Good positioning on this Raketin as well. Cheeky, expecting the SU-85 maybe to come back in and fire on the King Tiger. Not the way it worked out, and now going to get revealed by the conscripts rolling up. Has to retreat, but it's a good idea. A lot of repairs coming in from the Axis out the back here. We'll take a quick look at the KDs. Ooh! Even with mass amounts of merging, that is not good, and Pathfinders aren't that cheap to reinforce. So that is ugly for DeepDarkFantasy as well. Second Jackson now for DeepDarkFantasy. That will make life a lot more difficult for the Axis, especially Falco, who does not have a Raketin. To address that, Hotzenplotz does have the planes ready to rumble though. So hard to sit in front of that King Tiger, just has so much AoE damage. Very good against the 6-man Soviet. Weapon crews and squads. Ooh, down with Scots. Ouch. T-34's up here, shutting down. Sternpi's attempting to cap, and the KT's getting out of there as well. Troopers trying to hide behind the fence, but one model standing out on the edge reveals itself. Panzer IV is going to rotate to handle that, but we've got the double Jacksons up here now. And they find the Panzer IV, drives around this side of the building rather than the other, but a few pathfinding hiccups, a bit of rubber band action. Looks like a good grenade from the paratroopers wins against the Obers, otherwise they would have lost that against the Vet 3 Obers. Panzer IV meanwhile trying to make a hasty retreat, get away from those Jacksons. And is successful. T up here. Rattles off one shot. Got to be careful, SU-85's there now as well, and the Pathfinder's providing some vision. Pops the marked vehicle but bounces that hit. Very quick to shoot down the marked vehicle plane as well. Okay, we've got the Panther out for Hotzenplotz. Only one conscript left for snares. Well, for engine damaging snares, I suppose, does also have button on these guards. Looks like the guards are largely populated by guards now, so I'm not going to be able to save a boatload of manpower with merge going forwards. Doesn't have the conscript population to maintain that. Ooh! Hanging on. And getting out of there. Very close call for the Raketin, and King Tiger some great hits in. Obers get the neutralize off. Don't hang around any longer than that. Tries to go some attack rounds through the building, unsuccessful. Here comes the Panther. T-34. He's a Vet 3, he's done pretty well. SU-85's rolling up here now as well, so it looks like Hotzenplotz is going to try to get out of there. It's like a bit of a battle for the central VP. Attack rounding, some success. Planes drop, no. Panzer Commander Artillery drop down. Doesn't hit anything. KT not fully repaired, but coming in nonetheless. SU-85, got to be careful. Very low in health. Panthers looking for the chase. There's this, takes a monster shot from the KT. That'll go down real fast. Yep. Panther getting out of there. Oh, can't go for the merge. Huge shot from the King Tiger. This gets decrewed very quickly yet again. Double Jackson's rolling up here now, but the red King Tiger pushing in. It's just completely destroyed now. It's got the spearhead mode active. Uh-oh. Yeah, Panzer coming in from the side, couple shots. But we've got an AT gun there. He misses both of his shots though. Unfortunate. Jaeger's now capping, brought a fresh squad of those in. Marked vehicle on the red King Tiger of Falco. for some repairs back here. They're in combat shooting at the planes, so the engineers won't repair them in that case. Slows things down a touch. Troopers trying to cap. VP pressure really starting to mount on the Allies, down to 114 now. Double King Tiger's really keeping them in check, and the Howie's even starting to get some kills now, up to 18. Seems to be a lot more concentration in the center, so lining up well for the howitzer. Chasing him with a Panther, needs one more shot. But the button, he popped button for like a split second. He might have bought enough time there for the quad to escape. Didn't pop the speed boost on the quad though, which does make it faster and reduces its target size. Okay, we've got the rockets coming down. Oh, goes for the ram and it penetrates as well. Bad news for the Axis King Tiger and Falco's King Tiger. Here goes the T-34. Big damage from the rockets. And the Jagdpanzer goes down. Crazy shot there from the Jackson from downtown. King Tiger wheeling its way out of the danger zone just. Still takes one more pass, gets very low. The plane's in from Hotzenplotz as well. But it looks like Falco could potentially, lose another Panzer IV. Jackson knocking out from downtown. We've got an ISU out now for Amita finally. But is it too late? Kitten bounces that shot. Sternpyro's dead. Pathfinder's dead. Sternpyro's trying to repair the Jagdpanzer in the field of play. In the danger zone. I think they got caught up. Collateral damage. Man. Hectic sequence. But it seems like the Axis positioned well to continue the VP pressure after that. Paratroopers not quite in the capture circle, maybe left it to get in cover there. Unfortunate, slowing the regather of that point. 50 remaining. We've got the ISU on the field finally, misses the kill shot on the Jaegers. King Tiger coming in from the side here. Looks like its focus is on the guards in armor-piercing mode, but he switched. He was on armor-piercing, I'm 90% sure. I think he was confused why he didn't pin, so he switched rounds. Maybe, not sure. Yeah, on high explosive now. Panther coming in from the side. Cheeky little shot. We do have an anti-tank gun back here though. Panther's continuing with its momentum. And there goes the Scott. Jagdpanzer knocking that one down. Jagdpanzer continuing on its attack against the ISU next. ISU switching back to armor piercing. But misses its shot. But the Howie coming down. Great hit. Knocks out the AT gun. Could get a little bit of damage onto these tanks as well. Straight away, Sherman in a bit of trouble here. Panzer trying to back away. Sherman bounces. Can't circle around the side of it. And there he goes. Bounces the shot while it's out of control as well.
We just lost a medium tank. Do something. We're down to 10 points.
Coming in here, gonna get a Faust off. The Panther's gonna circle around the ISU. Knock that out. The double Jacksons doing their best, but kind of splitting their damage. And that's it. Doesn't even matter. Axis take it out on victory points instead. Yeah, well, as I said, I think it was a mistake from Amita going for the second T-34 instead of trying to stall for the ISU at that stage. I think that would have been a much better chance, you know, going for a second anti-tank gun, digging in and making the stall, I feel, would have been a lot more successful. Kind of missing mines as well. Went for a second combat engineer quite late, and yeah, just didn't really get a chance to plant a bunch more mines down. DeepDarkFantasy really getting caught out as well. Trying to go for the double Scots. And the anti-tank guns got a little bit out of position. Falco able to swoop in, did some really good damage with the Panzer IV. Knocked out those double AT guns, and that really set things back for the Allies. Did grind their way back in to make it quite close. You know, VPs were around 250 apiece at one stage, but the Axis, once those King Tigers hit the field, really started nuking through the conscripts, doing massive damage. Made it very tough for the Allies to build their way back in. Especially if, you know, these Axis tanks are not constantly getting snared, not running into mines, no conscripts for AT grenades. It just makes it so hard to contain them. And yeah, both teams having some planes. I think probably DeepDarkFantasy is actually running better, getting a couple kills out the back here, that last set of them, but Hotzenplotz is, you know, keeping the Allies honest, having to rebuild that quad to counter them. Well, anyway, guys, wrap on that. If you like good game to be cast by me, details in the video description below. Otherwise, I'll catch you all for the next thrilling installment. Goodbye and good luck.